Discovery Vitality, in partnership with Nando's, launched the Vitality Chicken Run on Saturday, the 8th of November, in the heart of Johannesburg. Innocent Mabusela joins us now to tell us more about the inaugural event. Welcome to Goeiemôre. Good morning, Innocent.
Goeiemôre, good morning. Thank you for the time.
Please tell us why Discovery Vitality and Nando's decided to launch the Chicken Run.
Yeah, let me first, thank the 4,000 participants who came for the day. Our partners, Nando's, Discovery Vitalities, and the organizations that really supported us on the day, such as Coca-Cola, Gautrain, Prasa, and the city of Johannesburg itself. I think these two organizations, Nando's and Discovery Vitality, are really brands that are proudly South African. And they were actually aiming to make sure that we can reconnect the people of Johannesburg to the urban revitalization that is currently happening within the inner city, led by Josie, My Josie, and the city of Johannesburg and our partners. And that is why, for that event, some of the areas where the runners went past were some of the areas which we have revitalized, such as the Constitutional Hill, the Nelson Mandela Bridge, going through Marshalltown, looking at the Maharishi Education Town, the Gandhi Square, and Ellis Park. So that was actually bringing people back into the inner city.
Can you tell us what the vibe was like from the moment that the gun went off?
Well, the vibe was there even before the gun went off. I mean, we were singing to some of the song, we sang the national anthem, people were dancing, we did the Mexican wave. So really, even when the countdown was happening, people started joining from 10, 9, 8. So you could actually experience the energy that was happening there. But I must say that what was also very encouraging was that as we went through the run, people of Johannesburg were on the sidelines encouraging us, children on the street giving us high fives. So for us, that really was a fantastic thing to see and really encouraging to see all those pink shirts that flooded the roads of Johannesburg.
The whole kind of goal of the run, aside from letting people experience a revitalized Joburg inner city, is actually to help kids in Lawrenceville especially. Can you tell us a bit more about this initiative?
Indeed. What is quite important to note is that Nando's office are in Lawrenceville, and the organization keeps doing quite a lot of work in the communities. And what they have decided is that for each person who enters the race, they would actually sponsor food for the children. And really, this is quite fantastic. And we're looking to Nando's rolling out this initiative, obviously in the next few weeks. But obviously, it shows that the race is more than just about people coming in and experience the city, but also about giving back.
Also, you've just now spoken about giving back. Discovery Vitality Move to Give also got involved in giving running shoes to people so the participants could actually donate their shoes.
Yeah, this is a campaign that they actually launched earlier this year, and it's going relatively well, actually. And encouraging is that also at Ellis Park on the day is that people were encouraged to come and donate their new, or as we say, gently used running shoes to needy communities. And this happened. Currently, the team is still going through a process of counting and making sure that, we've got the sort of support we needed from people. But it really is great to see this. And we're encouraging everybody actually to go through to the Discovery Vitality social media pages because this campaign is ongoing and they can contribute there.
The run wasn't just a run. There was a whole vibe around it. You've spoken about that. But there was music and food vendors and just like it was an entire experience.
It was, It was. I mean, when I walked into the stadium, I mean, you could hear the buzzing energy. People were shouting, people were dancing, people were singing along, as they said. And obviously, this was really great. And I must say also, post the race itself, I mean, we had there DJ Dino Bravo, who was on the decks and people were dancing. And it was quite good to see that even after running 10 kilometers, 5 kilometers, people still had the energy. But I think this talks to what we as Josie My Josie are talking about in terms of bringing people back into the city so that people can experience what is happening and they can actually also participate and contribute.
Innocent, the most important question, when is the next one?
Oh, we are hoping that next one will happen. But obviously, this is a discussion that we need to have with our partners, Discovery Vitality and Nando's. But this year, 4,000 people said yes. So we're hoping that that will be an encouragement to both our partners to have the second one next year.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to take part in the next one. That is my promise right now, right here. I will be at the next Vitality Chicken Run. So gepraat van baie toemaak in Johannesburg. Ons gesels oor die G20 beraad net hierna, so bly net waar jy is.
Now, we all noticed when major routes in Tshwane, Johannesburg and Ekurhuleni were temporarily closed on the 24th and 25th of October as part of preparations for the upcoming G20 summit, signaling that something big is coming to South Africa. To help us understand what this summit means for the country and the continent, we're joined by Mett Moyo, Head of Africa Practice and Senior Mining and Construction Lawyer. Goeiemôre, good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Goeiemôre. Het is lekker om hier te wees.
Now, Mr. Moyo, for viewers who may not be familiar, what is the G20 summit and why is it so important for South Africa and the continent?
So the G20 summit actually stands for Group of 20. It's made up of about 19 countries and 2 regional unions, which being the African Union and the European Union. The countries represented in the G20 are developed nations like the United States, China, India, but also developing countries like South Africa. It makes up almost 85% of the world's GDP. Mm-hmm. It makes up almost 75% of the world's trade and almost two-thirds of the world's population. So it brings together a very powerful cluster of heads of state. The summit itself is taking place from the 22nd to the 23rd. But however, the whole year,
yes,
there are side events, what are called various tracks, where policies are discussed, economic plans are made, and hopefully trade deals are made. So from a South African perspective, from an African perspective, having your turn as the president or having the presidency of the G20 is extremely important. It means you get to set not only regional agenda, but global agenda for a year. You're at the forefront of agenda setting for a year, which is extremely advantageous position to be in.
Mm-hmm. Now, from your legal and investment perspective, what's one change that could significantly boost investor confidence in South Africa's infrastructure or energy sectors?
Well, I think the energy sector is starting to settle in South Africa. We have had a lot of renewable energy procurement from the state since 2011 through 7 bid windows of solar power procurement. Recently, the state has started procuring battery energy storage as well. And now there are plans to start procuring the construction of the massive transmission lines that are required to actually wheel this energy that we have been procuring, this renewable energy that we've been procuring for so many years. So from a renewable energy perspective, I think the law, the procurement processes are settled. The side which is lagging behind is construction of infrastructure, construction of roads, construction of rail, construction of port. Public procurement there is still flawed. Contractors are paid not on time. A lot of projects are disrupted by inefficiencies at various state departments, municipalities, and so forth. As a construction firm in South Africa, most of the disputes we deal with are unnecessary disputes. Are disputes because contractors are not being paid on time, the state procurement processes are not being followed, the laws are there. Unfortunately, the implementation of those laws is erratic, and it's probably likely due to elements of corruption and state capture. So if you can weed out elements of corruption and state capture at the state procurement level, then South Africa can procure a lot of hard infrastructure that has been lagging behind. So things like dams, roads, ports, and so on and so forth. But on the renewable side, we've got a very world-class, exemplary procurement system, which has been quite successful, actually.
We've got 30 seconds left, but I would like to ask you, how important is regional cooperation in attracting serious G20 level investment?
It's very important. In fact, as you know, South Africa is in the middle right now of call it a tug of war between the global East and the global West, and South Africa is right bang in the middle. South Africa is a gateway to the rest of Africa. So when South Africa sets regional agenda, the rest of the continent sits up and listens. So I would like to see during this G20, South Africa set a regional agenda with regards to critical minerals.
Yes.
What policies are we going to put in place?
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stop you there. Sorry, the time is up. Bly net waar jy is, ons is nou weer terug.